Radix banned it out when your opposition have such a bad record on it.
Yeah, but if you've never played it, right?
Yeah.
If you've never played it, then you end up...
Bar and Cocktail Lounge for Cafe is where this best of 5 is going to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get into our third, fourth place playoff. A Vigil pick for Horizon. We didn't see, I think, any of Vigil yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We saw loads.
Did we?
Absolutely.
You can never see it. But that's the point. You can never see it.
No, Vigil was a fairly popular pick, but it also forced some of IQ coming out as well. IQ, a lot of IQ and a lot of Vigil. But yeah, he was kind of one of the more popular roams. People were actually replacing him, Elo directly with him quite a lot of times.
Yeah, I would say that looking at some of the operators we did see yesterday, we've seen a lot of Blitz play. I think was the main thing that we did take away. Again, he did get that buff where he is now a 2 speed and 2 armor operator. Again, something that we've never had in Siege as a 2-speed shield operator. And then we did see a lot of Legion being picked up, which is an operator which me and you, Sandra, we definitely talked about, where we had never seen him. Like, we'd seen like the odd time for a couple of teams and a couple of very niche strategies, but we have seen it a lot just because teams do fear that new Blitz.
Yeah, I actually talked to Havocs this morning, and he said Blitz is just awful to play against right now because he can rush you so quickly and get into a position like on Oregon, on White Stairs. He could just get there so quickly, hold that position, and he's very difficult to take out. So, yeah, a lot of people not liking Blitz right now. Blitz not being run for Radix, though. They're running Sledge, Zofia, Ashe, Thatcher, and Thermite. Some bit of soft break with the Thatcher coming through, sorry, with the Sledge coming through. They've got a bit of hard opening with the Ashe and the Thermite too. What do you make of it as well? Echo coming through as well as Pulse for Horizon.
So the setup that Horizon are going to try and implement is going to be a train museum hold strategy, which typically we do not see quite so often. And they did put some reinforcements downstairs, where typically reinforcements will be used inside the freezer area as well as the bathroom, just to stop any attackers pushing in from that cigar lounge, of course. And having that little bit of control downstairs, especially with a Pulse, as Nasher is, we picking up that Pulse. Pulse can be very deadly on this particular map because it is so destructible inside that cigar lounge, and also the main bar and cocktail lounge is also destructible from below. So having that Pulse playing downstairs could come in to help them extremely well in the later stages of the game.
Do you think, interesting, we get a first kill, is actually Radix Fabia, who really performed, as well as Pat picks up a second, 2-4, a very quick start for Radix here. And that's going to give them great opportunity to now open up that top floor, try and look to push on towards that train museum area. Another one is Quake, everybody fragging right now for Radix. Horizon letting their kills go way too easily, and with just a Mirror and an Echo alive, it would have to be an insane clutch for Horizon to keep this round on the board.
So the strat that Horizon did try and implement with that Pulse playing downstairs inside the Train Museum, it did not work out for them because they literally had Nasher by himself. He was getting pinched, he was getting pushed by the members of Radix. He had Fabian and also Pony just trying to get rid of him. Good for Radix, knowing that there's a Pulse downstairs. That is going to be our main priority before we start pushing in, as a quick peek coming in from Zofia does finish off that Mira. Last one up will be the Echo. He does get finished, and that is going to be a flawless round for Radix. Starting things off strong. Yeah,
and they all looked pretty good. Every single member having some sort of input there. Pony actually was the only quiet one, I think, across that entire board. Pat really performing on that Zofia on the first round for Radix. It's going to be good confidence, good for them going forwards. Interesting, I've talked to a lot of teams about why we're not seeing much Buck, and a lot of them are saying that there's some sort of bug with the Buck, that he doesn't feel quite as fluid as he used to in terms of aiming as well. So you'd think that, because obviously the destructibility on Cigar Lounge means that if you're trying to assault dining room and sort of museum area, then you're going to have to use that destructibility with Buck. It opens up lots of angles, but people just saying they don't really like the ways Buck's playing right now. So
yeah, it's just like a minor bug glitch with it, where it delays your shotguns actually, registering. So it is a bit of a slight problem. Speaking to some of the Buck mains, such as Blitz, such as 2Mass as well, they say it's annoying, but they still just get on with it because they know how useful Buck still is as an operator. Of course, it's not just the fact that he has that skill key. He's very versatile. He has a great weapon. He has nades as well to back it up. So Buck can be used in many different ways, but primarily for a map such as Cafe with all this destructibility. Look at the bar, cocktail lounge, inside the cigar lounge. It's all destructible, which is the main key why you do bring a Buck.
Yeah, Buck's coming through for Horizon, just like you said. And we're going to be running Blackbeard. Something that Horizon did lots was bring Blackbeard to the table on their offensive strategies. Where does Blackbeard come in on this particular map?
again, Cafe, I think we talked about it yesterday whenever we did see Cafe being played, is that it's a very high maintenance window map. You see a lot of windows. You have 2, possibly 3, possibly, over towards that west side, and then let's not forget about the south side windows as well, which can be used to actually attack that B-bomb site inside the fireplace hallway as well. And he's just a real menace and a real nuisance, because automatically players think, if there's going to be a Blackbeard outside in the window, don't peek it, because you will lose that gunfight. Yeah,
it makes it very difficult to trade back into a Blackbeard. Simply so good at controlling those windows from the outside. You saw it on Consulate for Horizon on that second floor at Fence. They pretty much won every single time that they ran Nasher on Blackbeard. Also going to be running with the Thermite, Thatcher, and Hibana, I think. So, not running with Ashe. Some people like to sort of say Ashe is very, very staple, but sometimes Hibana can do the same kind of job.
Ashe has always been one of them top-picked operators throughout the history of Siege. He was here whenever the game was released, but with these new operators and the new strats that have came up with, people start to realize, what does Ashe really bring to the table? Okay, she's a great gun, but does her gadget have a big impact compared to some of the other ones? You know, would you want to trade out a buck for an Ashe? Again, Ashe, she only has 2 breaching rounds, so it doesn't provide that same destructibility factor that you need.
Yeah.
And again, Siege is all about destructibility and being able to open up all of the walls and all the floors.
What do you make of this Radix defense lineup, by the way? They've got the Vigil and the Healer, with a Jaeger as well, so fairly heavy roam. They've got Castle, and then they've also got the Legions. So they don't actually have a mirror here at all, don't have anything like a smoke. What do you make of that?
Well, this is a similar strategy that they did perform yesterday against Walnut, where they have this very heavy roam towards this bar and cocktail lounge as Pat does swing around, alerts himself to the attackers, but he does not lose his head just yet. Still peeking, he's going to pick up
the headshot.
Bye-bye, 2 marks.
That was a great, and they knew he was there. They opened up that angle. They let it happen. Pat go for the second. Pat gets a 2-fer. That's another pickup as Capone opens up his kill spree. Pat does eventually go down to Nasher, who peeks around the side. Obviously, with that Blackbeard making that peek a little bit safer for him. To trade 2 for 1 at this point in time, but still a massive ask now for Horizon to come out on top as Blackbeard. Nasher goes down. He's going to get finished off, and now it is only Joker left alive on Hibana. We've seen Joker do some great things on Hibana. He was one of the standout players for Horizon yesterday, but he just gets peaked as Capone moves aggressively forward, and Radix with another round on the board, Demo.
At this stage, Radix are looking scary inside Cafe, almost like how they were yesterday. It seems to be the same strats they're using, they haven't changed anything up. I would also say that Radix, I would say that they are feeling more confident, because they did actually take a map. They took 2 maps yesterday, so they obviously do have that over Horizon. But at the same time, we didn't see a lot from Horizon. You know, like we've seen all 5 maps being played from Radix, so there's plenty of stuff that that Horizon could go and dissect and see exactly what Radix did well and what they did not so well yesterday. But then, you know, Radix, what can they really prep for? Because we didn't really see any glimmer of hope for Horizon sometimes, except the Consulate map. Yeah,
Consulate was really their only performing map yesterday, and Radix had a great performance on Cafe, so this is something they feel very comfortable with. They're not going to change things up too much for their offensive lineup. That Sledge Zephyr against Zephyr was really big for Pat on the last round. Horizon going to go Vigil, Jaeger, Bandit, Mira, and Castle this time round, and again, heavily blocking up that reading room area, just trying to make sure they get control around those bomb sites.
Will be a reading room hold on the side of Horizon, a strategy which we do not see all too often inside Cafe. Again, the advantages of holding this reading room, it does lock down that big red corridor, also locks down towards the white stairs and white corridor, just shuts down a lot of rotations that the attackers can use. Weaknesses, of course, is that it is destructible from above, so a Sledge can get in there and start just destroying above some of them anchors positions inside that reading room, and then equally they will start moving towards that cigar lounge and getting rid of these mirror windows. This 2max is going to set some of them up in sight just to control primarily that A bomb site and also that red stairs. First blood already is going to go on the hands of Melons. That's going to be 2mass down. I want to say he went for another spawn peak.
He probably did, and again, his Vigil play has been moderately questionable. He did die lots on Vigil in the early game, and Vigil is supposed to provide that sort of mid to late game roam potential where you don't quite know where he is, you can avoid all your droning tactics, he can kind of peek you on a flank, and 2mass going down early was very, very similar to how they played versus Enix. Fabia now looking for a push in. This is just really clinical from Radix, just taking the gunfights, winning the gunfights as well, and Horizon, you know, they don't look like they're on the same level of competition with Radix right now.
Horizon are not looking too hot at this stage. Their strategies, you know, they're being creative, something that we do not see all too often, but the main thing to take away is that they're losing their gunfights. That's the bottom line. Radix are just having that edge over them, where in many cases, sometimes it's all about winning them gunfights. That's the main make or break for a lot of teams, is if you cannot win your gunfights and you're not trading out the kills, then you will just hands down lose the game.
Well, it's why Vex did so well in the regular season.
Yeah.
You know, they just won every single gunfight because they were just very good gun skill players. Unfortunately, breaking the rules mean they're not here, but regardless of that, you don't take away from the fact that they were very good gun skill players throughout the regular season, and that allowed them to win a lot of those games. But Radix right now have the upper hand in that side of things here between themselves and Horizon. However, Horizon have managed to steady the ship just a little, even just losing 2 maps at the start. Although Capone picks up one Joker, gets a return onto Melons though, so it's a 1-for-1 trade at this point. With 53 seconds to go, this is probably one of the better rounds that we've seen from Horizon thus far. Just not dying in the first 2 minutes, really.
This is where Pat will start trying to enter his way in towards that raiding room. Tags are going to come out inside that red hallway, but it's going to be Quake getting the kill on to Joker. A 4v2 situation, Castle and Jaeger, last 2 members up for Horizon. This is where the push will start coming in from Radix. They do not have that drop hatch open as they have lost their Thermite, so the doorways is going to be the only option as Tristan is going to take point inside this Train Museum area as Mirror Window has been shot open. Let's see if they can do anything with it.
Nasha gets a return here, and actually Tristan's got an angle. With only 10 seconds left to go, this is not bad from Horizon. They need to be stalwart in their defense, as Alex will laugh at me for saying that, but regardless, their diffuser goes down in the last few seconds, and suddenly now it's up to Horizon to make a re-entry in time and take this back. It was going to be close cut as it was, but Tristan may end up pushing in here. There is someone just to the right of him through this doorway, holding that angle pretty steadily, so if Tristan makes his move for that fireplace, he's probably going to get blasted.
The retake has to come in swiftest. Half of the diffuser time has been down. That is going to be Baby, who was right beside Tristan, and that is going to be a quick clean-up for Pony. And Radix looking dominant.
3-0 right now, and Horizon, they managed to take it quite long, but I think Radix knew exactly what was going on there. They were happy to plan right towards the end, even though the timer looked like it was running down. They all had control of those bomb sites. There wasn't really any danger there at all. And now Horizon have to get themselves back on the board on their offense, going back onto that Blackbeard for Nasha.
This will be another attacking round for Horizon. They are going to be picking the similar operators that we did see them pick before. Buck's going to be there for that soft destructibility, of course. Nasher on that Blackbeard, he's been very proficient on it. But another topic that I did touch upon last night, just thinking to myself, is that Nasher's such a great gun skill. Why not put him on an operator such as Ash, who has a better gun, he's a free speed.
Yeah. And
you can play him as more of an aggressive player, and he, that's what he's been doing in the regular season, so I'm surprised why they've changed it up now.
Yeah, it's something that we saw with 1UP as well. You know, we saw in the first 2 maps that in scrims they talked about putting Kimbe onto things like
Castle and Pulse.
Castle and Pulse, yeah, that's what we're talking about, sorry. And then they put him back onto Ela, high speed, be able to roam around a lot, and he suddenly started fragging again. And, you know, we talked to the boys this morning, and they were saying, why is Nasher on something like Blackbeard? Why is he not on a bit more of a high-speed roamer that can look to get kills and try and take people out? And, yeah, no one really knew, but it worked on Consulate. You know, maybe they have these tactics that they want to make it work. Maybe the gun skill of Nasher is just so good that he's supposed to get these peak kills, get these entry frags. But it hasn't worked out so far for Horizon against Radix.
So this will be Horizon going for this attack. Seems to be spawning over towards that west side. More than likely is going to go to the roof and then try and go for this red stairs push, which is the most common strategy we do see. Yesterday, inside the Radix and 1UP game, we did have, of course, 1UP try an east stairs attack, and it did work successfully. A flawless round for an east stairs push, which typically we do not see whatsoever, which I'm surprised that Radix did let that go through, because it's a very hard strategy to execute an east side attack, but at the same time it's very easily defendable because there's only really 2 windows that you have to worry about.
Nasha on top here, just around Cigar, looking to get some sort of angle here, but no one giving up anything from Radix. And a little bit of a trade going badly for Bandit. He is now sub 50% HP, but hasn't died, so that's still good. Jaeger, Vigil, Mira, and Castle as well coming out. Radix actually changing their lineup, keeping it the same for attack, but changing slightly on defense here. Maybe because it's a top-side defense for them, they feel a bit more comfortable.
This is where the members of Horizon will start taking control of this red stairs area. The main thing that they have to successfully do is secure this cigar lounge area, as that will be the main beachhead and staging ground. Again, a disadvantage of going for a red stairs push is that the attackers do get grouped up, and in 1C4 we've seen it from Nigma from 1UP. He got a double C4 as it was just members just running in and just get absolutely C4 because they weren't expecting it. And the fact that they were grouped up, it made a lot of an easier time for C4s and Pulse Valkyries to at least get one kill. And in that circumstance, he did manage to get a double, which was huge for his team in that round.
Horizon actually keeping things together for the first 2 minutes here, so they haven't lost anybody as of yet, and now 2max is going to make his way through. They do pick up a bit of info here on the stairs as they're actually trying to push down. The gun skill fight goes in favor of Radix, though, and this is going to open things up. Capone taking that first frag, and that's Tristan going down. So they had the information on him, but they just simply lost the mechanical gun fight against Capone, who yesterday was performing at the best in his career. They actually trade one back as Nasha picks up Quake. Nasha needing to perform, really, for Horizon, for them to do well. And it's a 1-for-1 trade with 30 seconds to go. Radix have actually sort of wound down the time quite well here, Demo, and it's up to Horizon to make that move.
There is going to be one operator on the side of Radix, which will stop this plant, and definitely it will be that pulse from below, as that is going to be the Mira peeking out. Fabia getting a kill, and he is still going to actually push in towards the freezer. He's going to see one. He doesn't see the other ones. That will be the refrag, but then on the flank, Pony does pick up the double kill, and that will be Radix at match point.
3 kills for Pony. And the first map is very close to going into Radix's hands. Then we'll be moving on to Consulate, which is the map that Horizon performed best on but didn't win yesterday. But Radix just need to get one more assault out here, and that's something that went really well for them in the last round. So we'll have to see how it works out. But I don't expect, given the way this round has gone for Horizon, to do anything crazy. They've changed up their operators just slightly. They've picked in the Valkyrie this time round.
So it will be a Valkyrie being picked up by 2max. We've seen some Valkyrie play from Nigma, as I did say earlier, of course. And Valkyrie, it does give a lot of advantages, of course, to seeing all the different areas. You can place them out towards that east side, of course, and then also the south side, and then again just watch over all of them different windows. That again, I'd imagine players such as Pony and also Fabi, who we know goes in them windows and tries to get them early picks, of course. Like I remember Pony, like way back, he like every time we played Cafe, every single time repelled straight up to a window, and he always got an early pick. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to do it again. We're
actually joined by Willow here from 1UP, who's going to be chatting through with us just through this end of this map here. Radix doing really, really well right now. Anything that Horizon you can see doing wrong, or maybe it's just those gun skill battles that are not going in their favor?
Hi guys. Hello everyone. Yeah, it's hard to say really. I'm just astonished at Radix. The amount of chemistry they have just watching this. They're working on trades, they're working together as a unit, and from my point of view, it doesn't matter how much experience you have. If you're working together like this, you are going to compete.
Absolutely, and they really gave you a massive, massive challenge yesterday. Obviously, you guys came out on top in the end, which showed incredible, your own team skill, your own dedication, and your own kind of synergy. But Radix showing exactly what they're made of here, definitely looking like a true top 3 team in the UK right now.
Yes, definitely, definitely. We very much base our work on trades and getting those trades, but we've never really come up against a team who have done that. And it showed yesterday. Most open frags I got, they traded on me straight away. So, you know, they really have put some work in. All 6 of them. We've got to give a shout out to the Rum as well. He's really done well.
Yeah, I noticed yesterday you were actually. Traditionally, we wouldn't say that you're a fragger on 1UP, but you were trading really well just for your own team in the early rounds as well. So it was good stuff from 1UP in general. But Radix looking like they're dominant versus Horizon right now. Horizon just don't seem to be able to trade anything back, and that's kind of what seems to be punishing them as Capone opens up again with another frag onto Joker, one of the key members for Horizon, and This really looks like they're going to seal the deal here and take this map away.
So Horizon, they need to hold their ground. 1 minute 30 on the clock. Still a good bit of time for Radix to work with. Is this going to be the reading room take that they did go for last time? And then their main goal is to try and push in towards that fireplace room, of course, and go for their main plant. But it's going to be Nasha just sitting in the corner. Does manage to pick up the kills for his team. And that's been a bit of a reverse flip now for Horizon.
Nasha,
what a shot! The French beast, as I like to call him, showing up big. I said to him, you need to come up big, and he said, yes, I will. And he's doing me proud.
Oh, he's on a 3 for right now. He's looking to put pressure down. He's still got 2 members of Radix left, but Ash on such low HP, and Thatcher not looking crazy healthy either. That's what you need from Horizon. That's what you need when you're in this situation, right?
Like I say, I think there he's capitalised on a mistake from Radix. They've not properly droned, which has allowed Nasha to obviously pop up out of nowhere and get 2 kills.
So if you're in this situation, imagine you are as actually the trade comes out, and that's 1 versus 3 right now. Oh, wait a second, we're not done yet, because Quake finally goes down to Tristan, and Horizon get on the board. And Willow, if you're in this situation, and you were in this situation yesterday, do you need that 1 member to step up and say, wait a second, guys, this is my round, I'll take it, let's get back in it?
Massively. Because of the pressure out there, I would say yesterday Kizza did it. He bought us time to soak up the pressure, the atmosphere, and obviously massively made a massive difference to give us enough time to obviously adapt our strats.
Let Kimbe loose on healer again.
Basically, yeah. That's we kind of just kept going, working even closer together. Obviously, to work on those trades a lot more.
So Fireplace Hall and Mining Room is where Radix will have another defense. Will this be the time where they will successfully defend this bomb site once again and then manage to take the win? They are going to go for this upstairs hold with these castle barricades scattered about, cutting off main entrances that Horizon may be looking to jump down in towards the skylight area. Of course, bit of barbed wire to stop that skylight. Again, Manic Scoundrel, we talked about how dropping skylight is so risky because you're so in the open again. You can get C4 from below. You can actually get shot inside that red corridor from that angle as well. So it's always something that attackers, they need to be careful of. And Horizon, if they had somebody possibly stationed such as a Blackbeard over towards them west windows on that cigar lounge, it would help them actually just control it and slow it down a lot more, which Horizon, they're rushing things at this stage.
They are definitely rushing, especially Tumas, who's been quite keen to get out there and get spawn peaks and defense, get traded back into it, and he's not having the best performance. But right now Horizon have got a round on the board, and that's what matters. You know, it means you're not a whitewash on a map, and that often helps your confidence. A lot of lesion we're seeing across these few days, and I imagine that's to try and counteract those blitz buffs to his speed, but we haven't actually seen blitz at all picked up on offense by either of these squads. You picked a lot of lesion yesterday on your side, and is that specifically to deal with the blitz?
Yes and no. It's also to waste time.
Waste time, yeah.
It's to waste time. This strat here from Radix was absolutely crazy. You've also got a Vigil playing upstairs. When you drone, that's wasting time. You don't know where he is. You're more cautious. They then have 2 rotations, those 2 hatches upstairs down. You can't actually pinch them because if you go into reading and watch that hatch, they've got another hatch to drop. And, you know, you might not hear them drop that hatch. They come into reading and...
Wait a second, though, because Horizon get on the board, and they actually pick up Melons, who was a really good anchor for the team of Radix yesterday, a consistent performer. A little bit like your version of Kizza, really, just able to hold things down. Nasha trying to trade back, but Blackbeard is so safe when he peeks, and he doesn't quite get taken out there.
It's those crossfires as well. That they're working, they're spraying it one way, and you've got another one obviously holding an angle, just crossfiring, taking health off them. It's about just wasting time and obviously lowering the HP of each operator. Yeah,
absolutely. And if you don't deal with those lesion spikes, that can also be an issue as well. You've got to just get rid of them straight away. 1 member down for Radix, though, and that is going to be Jaeger dropping. Still plenty of things left on the board, though. 1
minute to go on the clock. Radix, they still do have a bit of presence upstairs, but at this stage, Horizon have managed to work their way in towards that cigar lounge area and then just start just destroying the floor with Buck. Of course, they are going to bring that once again. We know Tumas is proficient on his Buck plays. a couple of tags as well, so that's always a good thing to do. Get your drones in, start tagging out where these anchors are going to be situated, and it does make easier for your soft destruct abilities. As it's going to be 2max as well, open up some holes inside that red corridor, which again is a great position for a lot of defenders to cut off the crosses. If anybody does want to jump in towards that single window area, like Nasher is stationed. As it seems to be the Horizon are looking to push in towards this Dream Museum, as a quick double kill on the side of Horizon is going to make it a 5v2. Plant will go down. Last 2 members up is going to be Elite and Legion.
It's going to be a big ask, although they do trade one back. Actually, Nasher straight away gets the return, like you said, Willow, the 1-for-1 trades, which always come through. And now it is simply just Fabia left alive versus 3. Now, we have had crazier things happen, but I think it's a big ask for him, especially with the diffuser going down. Yeah. He's trying his best, but too many angles are covered here for Horizon. He goes down, and Horizon get their second round on the board. Has Nasher revitalized this map for Horizon? Because it certainly looks like it.
Yeah, we could see a turnaround here, I think.
We're not going to get ahead of ourselves, because obviously there's still a couple of map points in Radix's favor, but you as well as anyone will know what it feels like to get reverse sweep and reverse sweep in the same series, mind you. And Radix have got to try and ensure the ship. If you're in this situation, as Radix, Willow, and you're the team captain, got to get your boys ready to make sure they don't throw the game. What are you saying to them? Just reset, keep it calm, we can do this, we know how to win?
Yeah. I actually can't remember what I was saying.
It's too much.
Yeah, it was literally, I was just...
You're in the moment, you
yeah,
really remember.
We came off that stage yesterday and we were just like...
Did that just happen?
Yeah. we couldn't remember anything. We couldn't remember what maps we played. So yeah, it was crazy. Looking
at Kiz's face when he had the interview, he looked like almost overcome with emotion. He was like, bloody hell, we actually made it through this.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So this will be a top floor defense for Horizon. They are going to bring that Valkyrie once again for a bit more intel gathering, as well as an Echo and a Pulse. So actually, you know, and also Mira as well. So 4 out of the 5 operators on the side of Horizon all have great intel gathering. Mira is going to provide that intel inside that cigar lounge, and whenever somebody does cross, you have your Valkyrie cameras as for standard coverage throughout the map, possibly outside the map for the windows. Echo as well can be used as either a support drone to help your roamers, or just simply a drone on site to stop the plant the more common way. And then also the Pulse from below, which can receive great intel again inside that tree museum. You can really just see anybody who drops red stairs, see anybody who does push in towards the cigar lounge. So they are going to look to go for the intel gathering setup more rather than the aggressive roams which we're seeing from Radix more often.
And Radix tried and tested. I think they've literally just replaced the Ash with the Hibana this time round, but keeping almost exactly the same in terms of their offense strategy. Maybe Hibana a bit more comfortable dealing with Mira more than anything, but no big changes for Radix. And like you said, Horizon, they've switched things up just a little. They need to get this and then get the next one to force it to overtime, though, so they've still got a bit of work to do and make sure no early trades go. I think 2max has specifically been a bit more controlled in his early game here, not giving away too many kills.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely adapting. From yesterday when we played Radix, their window play was really, really good. A couple of times we were pincered, so we just had to try and play a lag. Yeah, definitely.
This will be 1 minute 40 left on the clock. As you did say, Radix looking for the window game. It's something Tony is known for on Cafe. So that is going to be the first blood, this time going to Horizon's way. It may be due to the fact of some Valkyrie cameras, which may be giving them good intel, but nonetheless will get pinched like you were talking about. How important is having Valkyrie cameras on a map such as Cafe? Because we know Nigma does bring that a lot.
Yeah, like I say, we position them in the map to play to mop strength, and that is to run riot. So we have him obviously jumping out of any window where we see fit that can obviously get them off the windows.
Yeah, absolutely. Radix trading 1-for-1 now, but the time's starting to tick down. So Horizon have bought some time here, which is obviously one of the primary aims in defense, just literally waste as much time as possible. Actually, some trades coming through. Fabia has to be careful. Got tagged pretty heavily. Throws the nade through. Doesn't get anything from it, but he's going to continue to try and be aggressive in his push. Actually managing to catch out Nasher, and Nasher going down is a big deal for Horizon. He gets traded 1-for-1 though as Joker returns onto Quake, and it is now a 3 versus 3 with Hibana pretty low on HP as well, so Radix will have to be careful.
He's definitely stepped up there, Fabia.
Yeah, definitely, especially for the regular season as well, where there was a lot of questions about his play as they actually get the tag onto Hibana. It doesn't go down. but still can get rezzed up. But oh wow, Melon's moving through on the side. The support player coming through, fragging big, just like they said, but Tristan makes the trade back as well. It is 2 versus 2 with 10 seconds to go. They have the diffuser, they need to plant it. It's going down right now. They will be able to force an assault from Horizon back onto the site. 5 seconds left as 2max takes his kill. Just Thermite up now for Radix. 2 versus 1. This can be defendable. He just has to hold the right angles. Going to see him here. We'll see if Tristan falls for this. He's going to check around the corner. He taps him in the head.
Well done.
What a corner peek, and they're going to get this to 4-3, and Radix must be thinking, oh no, this is all over again. We're going to potentially get reverse sweeped on a map.
That was an excellent performance from Horizon there. Their defenses now are starting to work. They're starting to click with each other. The main thing which I'm seeing that I didn't know previously from Horizon is that they're actually trading kills back, which is the main issue on the online season for them. Was it would just be them running by just one by one, just running into the gunfire, dying. You'd go down to a 5v2. You know, your big ASN for players who did survive. This time, they're working with each other, they're getting the trade backs. I must say, Joker had an excellent performance there on that mirror as well, but then that good pinch coming in from 2max and Tristan, pushing from each door, knowing he's going to be inside Cigar Shop. Excellent defense.
Change of pace here, Willow. They're going to put Ash on Nash or on Ash instead of on Blackbeard. They're going to give him a bit more freedom on the assault. And a lot of people were saying, why is Nasher not on something like an Ash? You know, and you put him on a slower speed like Blackbeard and doesn't feel quite as solid, but he's going to be on the Ash on a pretty important round as well. Yeah,
with Nasher, he can pretty much play anyone, I think.
Yeah.
And he brings so much to the team. His shot is incredible, to be fair.
They need to win this, though, and it'll go to overtime, and that will put the pressure onto Radix, and especially because a lot of it's a mental game, especially in these situations. If you start getting rounds on the board, and round after round, we see so many people put 4 or 5 rounds on the board in a row because they're just in that zone, and Horizon seem to have found that stride. Radix can unseat them and take the map right here, right now, though, and Horizon will know that in the back of their mind. They know they have to win this, so it's important for them to get off to a good foot.
The strategy is going to be underway for Radix. As you do see, it will be a mirror strategy set up inside that bathroom area, along with a lot of shotgun holds scattered out throughout the freezer double, as well as the cigar lounge leading in towards the bar. Having that mirror window and having all them shotgun holds just completely shuts down anybody pushing in towards the cigar shop and also cigar lounge, which we've talked about, the main beachhead for many attacking teams. And also from them angles, you can stop anybody pushing in from the cigar shop door, which that's going to be the main area that people want to plant in. Willow, as your team, would you say that pushing in towards red stairs is the better option compared to east stairs, because we know you have that as well up your sleeve?
Yeah, we like to be able to attack both sides of the map, different bombs, bomb sites. So yeah, we just like to be unpredictable.
Yeah, well, yeah. Good way to be. If you're too predictable, easy to sort of plan defense and offense specifically around that. So it's good to have those varied strategies. Radix trying to just play it cool here on defense. Again, you know, it's really important that if they do trade out, they trade 1 for 1 at least. And Horizon have kind of been getting the edge on that. Especially Joker and Nasher have been getting those trades in their favor without having to trade back. So looking good right now. As I've got to be honest, 2max stepped up towards the end of this round. I mean, I had my criticisms of 2max. He was definitely giving away easy kills on defense by going for those visual spawn peaks, but stepped up towards the end of this map and has started to actually open up and really start to provide an asset for his team.
Yeah, definitely. He's playing a lot more passive, which is helping the team out a lot more. He's as you can see now, he's getting so much more information.
Main thing that, looking at Radix, I have a bit of an issue is that they're grouping up towards that red stairs and cigar shop area. I talked about it. If you want to go for the red stairs, you need to spread yourself out, as if you're just going to try and push in one way, it's just going to create a chokehold, especially with mirror windows set up, as the first blood is going to go in the way of Radix. That's going to be the early start that they needed to get the number advantage on Horizon. But let's see if Nasher can work them fingers to great use, as it seems to be the 2max, and Nasher's going to creep in to the bomb site. It's a great shot. That's 2max also going to get the kill as well. So a 3v4, and it is going to be Horizon inside the bomb site with 30 seconds to go.
Oh, that's going to be a trade, though, as Melons picks up one. Capone picks up the second. It's a 3 versus 2, and it's now 2max and Nasher, the 2 members of Horizon, that have been doing really well, as Nasher gets another peek onto Melons, a 2 versus 2. Time for Pony to step up, and he needs to do so very, very soon, because they've got to be aggressive As the diffuser finally does indeed go down onto the site. So they've got a bit of time to work with, but they now need to be the aggressors, and Tumas holding the angle, as is Nasher. Got plenty of angles to work with Nasher here, as all of these walls have been opened up for him, and he can see he's trading back. He gets down by Pat, who makes a big play, and now they need to try and pincer onto Tumas. They've got a little bit of time to work with here as he trades one back. Almost, he peeks out the corner, he takes out Pony. Tumas on fire right now, and it's simply a low HP operator versus a low HP operator. They're going to tag each other right now, and it's Tumas who comes out on top.
Let's go, Ross.
When you need someone to step up, Ross steps up to the table. Absolutely on fire. They're going to push this to overtime on that first map. Radix left reeling. What a turnaround here. They don't even look phased. Look at them. They don't even look phased.
You cannot write this stuff. You know, it's exactly the same way with your game yesterday, Willow. It seems to be a complete repeat of yesterday.
Yeah. Once you lose that momentum, it is so hard to get it back. You have to almost completely change your style of play because the other team has adapted. So, you know, sometimes we try and break someone's momentum by choosing an obscure bomb site that no one knows how to attack. Sometimes, you know, it pulls out in your favour. Well,
we were thinking, you know, constantly we were thinking, oh, maybe they'll go for a first floor plan or something like that and just try and throw people off. But right now, Radix need to get back into the game. Still not changing their strategy too much. They've actually gone back from Hibana to Ashe again this time round. So this is the offensive strategy that they run with pretty much every offensive round on Cafe. They had great success with it early on, but again, have run amok over the last 4 rounds and have lost 2 offensive rounds in a row, allowing Horizon to push this to overtime.
You see Ashe now picking up a Vigil.
Gives them that extra stealth aspect, you know, trying to avoid those dronings, and also makes it, you know, for a guy who's been on form with his gun skill over the last couple of rounds, it makes him more of a threat to think about when you're trying to make these offensive moves. And Demo, what do Radix need to do here to really make sure that they secure a win? Is it a case of just making sure they trade out Nasher and maybe getting Tumas down, the 2 members that have been performing?
I would say their roam game has been strong, as well as their slam potential. The main reason why I don't think that they haven't secured this is because their anchors are being a little bit sloppy. You know, we just seen Nasher and Tumas just completely walk through. That mirror window was set up inside the bathroom to stop that happening. So you always have to think about, you're setting up a strategy to counter something happening. And it happens.
Anyway, yeah.
It's strange to think of. Maybe they need more intel gathering with an Echo drone or Valkyrie cameras, which is another option that they could have, of course. Or just potentially set their mirror windows differently, just maybe possibly inside the freezer wall, which could be another option, as Nasher is going to get into an engagement and does lose it against Pat. And that will be Horizon going a man down with 2 minutes to go.
It's a risky drop there. He actually popped in then trying to, you know, avoid the droning, but dropped from the skylight, and the angle was already being held there when he dropped through the hatch. So that was a risky drop, but they took that risk. Maybe this is an opportunity for Radix to push in. Now that Nash has gone down, they don't have to worry about the roam potential of a Vigil, who can't be droned out as easily. This gives them a bit more security in their attacking patterns now, Willow.
This is going to be where Tumas will take point, a very aggressive area. C4 does get chucked out as well as the nade, but neither of the explosives do land each other, but in the quick push in from Pony will secure that kill, and it is going to be, actually, it's going to be a 4v3 as a quick push as well from Miri. Misses the shots, however. Pony should be there to get the refrag as he does. So a 4v2. Pony once again is going to come in big for his team. Just another great performance from this man.
Yeah, he's really showing a lot of composure. A lot of players in that situation there would have emptied the mag and probably killed the teammate. So he did actually really well to
just quick fire, hope you hit someone.
Yeah.
But a really good job, and now it's a 4 versus 2 scenario for Radix. Actually going to trade down as Tumax gets a kill. Good pick up for him. 3 versus 2 is not an insurmountable defense for Horizon. They can definitely make this happen as Tristan trades back into a 2 versus 2 scenario. Tristan going for the second, but doesn't quite manage to convert. That's a very, very low sledge though for Capone. He does indeed need to stay alive. Capone does get the down there, should be able to convert, as actually I think it's Fabio that completely gets that at the end.
30 seconds to go. This will be Tumax left in a 2 versus 1 advantage. Does have the Echo drone and can't stop that plant indefinitely. Still has an intact mirror window. Could go for this quick creep around. This bar area is hard to find out where some of these members will be. Is just perfect crouch height level as it will go in. The bearing does manage to land its targets. This Pony will be left.
Oh,
Tumax gets the clutch I've said this guy was, people, they didn't think he was a good enough player to be here at Premiership. I would say he is one of the most underrated players that we have seen inside Premiership, and he's just proven why he can play at this top level.
Yeah, just incredible composure at the end there to pick off 2. And he delayed the plan, made it difficult, moves into the site, gets that pick, and it's a low HP Sledge on the other side of things as well, and he just instantly wipes him off the floor. Incredible play from 2max there to put Horizon onto map point against Radix. We just did not see this coming after the first 4 rounds of this map, and you know, and their assault over the last 4 rounds has been really good as well from Horizon. You know, they've had really 2 good offensive rounds to put them back on the board. They've got to clean things up now. As Radix again running with no mirror, they're going to run with the Castle, the Jaeger, the Legion, Ela, and Vigil. So heavy roam game coming up from Radix once more. They just need to get back on the board, otherwise, I mean, they might lose all momentum here.
This will be this upstairs hold from Radix that we have seen them do numerous times inside this map. Again, these castle barricades just delay these attackers getting into these positions, and well, like you did say, they have their room set up ready to pinch all of these different attackers coming in from these different angles.
Yeah, like I say, I've seen the strat. We played against it yesterday, and it was so hard. It's probably something that we might pick up because it does waste so much time. And if you swapped one of the anchor players with a smoke, put Kizzer on it.
Yeah. So 2 minutes 50, just the start of the round. Plenty of time, of course, for Horizon to work with. But again, they have to take this top floor, which has been their main downfall. They will be having Nasher back on that Blackbeard, which is questionable because he did play so well on that Ashe in the previous round.
But again, just like Willow said, he's a guy that can play pretty much anything in the game, and he's had excellent performances on Blackbeard over the course of even just this championship. So Nasher definitely been one of the key standout players. Joker as well, fantastic, but 2max stepping up in that last round. And that's what you need when you're going to be a championship level team, to have everybody on the team at some point play a crucial part in your success.
Droning phase will be implemented, and the Vigil will stop them drones again. The Vigil scanner does make him immune to drones, but not completely immune, as you do get them white flares on your screen to show you exactly what room he is going to be located in. Another drone. Just playing it slow, that's something that we did talk about. It seems to be a new 2mass where we're used to seeing him running and gunning, going for these quick solo plays. I remember looking at Horizon's earlier weeks, he was the Ashe main for their team, and since
but a great trade from 2mass.
That was a great nade from 2mass. But once again, Pony stepping up where he needs to, does keep the number count equal, of course. 1 second later, if Pony didn't pick that, he would have been dead, and 2mass would have got away with that. That
was a ridiculous kill from Pony, but what a great trade in terms of nading from 2mass. He does lose the buck, though, so obviously some of that ability to open up angles, especially in the Cigar Lounge and Bar, now kind of lost. But that's okay, because they've got rid of that roam potential of the Vigil, so you don't have to be as wary when you're droning as well either. So kind of equal trades in terms of, I guess, utility coming out for both of these teams and what it offers to the table. But great trade, 1-for-1 trade is kind of what you want, especially as the attackers, I guess. You know, 1-for-1 trades is great. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see now if Horizon change it up. Now they've lost that destructibility from above. Do they change the strat halfway through the round?
What would you do?
I would change it. I would change it, definitely. Sometimes if we know we're not going to change it, we'll take a sledge and a book.
Okay, so
if we lose one, we've still got the destructibility.
So yeah, that's actually got us some great insight, because we were thinking, like, you know, Sledge and Buck, double soft destructibility coming through. That makes a lot more sense now, as you can see some hard opening coming through with the Thermite and the Hibana here. Things are slowed down though, 17 seconds. They don't have much time to work with. That's going to be the Legion providing a bit of an issue.
Horizon are just standing still. They've 8 seconds to go. Possibly they don't know how much time they actually did have at this stage. Quick trades will come out. Still keeps equal free for free. But that goo mine is going to come in. But what? The Legion actually saved that round for Radix.
I think Horizon were just lost in the water there. They just didn't know how much time they had, and then eventually the Legion mines, if you don't get them cleared, can do that kind of thing. It just provides a lot of time wasting.
Wow. Never seen that before. Again, you talked about, well, you bring the Legion to slow things down. That's a perfect example why Legion can be used, not just to counter a blitz, but just in general terms.
to counter plant. A lot of people don't actually know that when you're Legions, you cannot plant the bomb. You can't even drop the diffuser. So yeah, it's what a clutch.
I know. I mean, and Radix needed that
for the win.
Radix absolutely needed that to get back onto the board here, because you know that they were really struggling, and that's their first round in 5 rounds. That was the 6th round that we just saw there. Could have been 6 rounds in a row for Horizon, and Radix put themselves back on the board. They now have the assault. They've brought a difference in assault strategy. A Ying coming in, I think. So, bit of a change up here.
Yeah, looking at the Ying, we haven't seen her being picked as of yet inside this map. We did see it played a lot in our previous games. Yesterday, of course, we've seen a lot of Ying play, especially coming out from your teammate, Willow Kizza. He performed big on that Ying. Looking at where these Candelas could be used for Radix, simply just to clear the top floor could be another potential. You look at some of the dark spots, some of them corners which are really hard to get rid of inside Cigar Lounge. Candelas could be great for having that aggressive push and just getting rid of the setup that Horizon could bring to the table. Valkyrie cameras, again, are going to give that little bit of control and information. I would say this has been a good pickup, because Horizon, we always knew them as being a bit more of an aggressive team. Now they're starting to slow things down and play more as a control-based team, which does work better for them in some circumstances.
So, as we slow things down just a little bit in this very crucial final round.
It's tense.
It is tense, and I think, you know, we can appropriate that. None of the teams taking too many risks, because they know 1 foot wrong could mean you lose the entire map at this point. You often find this in overtime. No one takes any crazy roam patterns. No one takes any storm peaks. No one tries to make those angles when they're not absolutely sure that they'll end up with at least a 1-for-1 trade at the end of it.
I think we touched upon it on the NX and Horizon game yesterday in that consulate where we did go to that final round, and we talked about how NX, they did slow things down a lot for that garage hold, of course, which typically we know NX is that really heavy run and gun playstyle. Essentially, they're kind of a mix between doing a lot of strats, and then also their gun skill is impeccable as well. But they did definitely change their strategy, knowing it is going to be the final round. It's do or die moments at that situation. Looking at the setup from Radix, the top floor has been taken control of. No buck, of course, but they do have the sledge, so they still do have a form of destructibility. And also the impact nades from the Sophia are also going to be used.
Getting some info here, Melons. Can see someone on stairs. So have some information here. They seem to open up a little bit around Cigar Lounge here, looking for some angles. You can see Capone searching. 1 minute left. He goes for it. He doesn't quite land the shot, so he actually gets them down onto Mira, gets the convert, and Mira down now. And Pony trades 1-for-1, though, as Joker picks up onto Quake. So that is the Ying going down now. They actually trade one back as Melons picks up a kill. This is really good for Radix. Shoot shots coming through onto Joker. He takes a little bit of damage, tries to trade back. Doesn't quite get the kill, though. And Horizon now, with 3 members, really need to hold fast. 40 seconds to go. Some low HP on the side of Radix, though, so they do have to be careful. Sledge is literally 1 shot at any point in the body, but Capone picks up another. Capone on fire, really looking to slingshot his team into the end of this map, and it's looking like with this man advantage, Radix might be able to convert.
4 versus 2 as Tumas does get one, but does get automatically traded out by Sophia, all down to Nasher. If anybody's going to clutch for Horizon, it will be this man. He's performing excellent on this castle. Defuse will go down momentarily as it does go down, so the clock is on for Nasher. Great shot, but he is still going to be stuck inside a 2 versus 1. And if Radix do play their cards right, they will be set up for this pinch. As you do see that angle being held does expose herself, Sophia, but Nasher just taking shots, and he's at a bit of a standstill, pushes round. All he can do is just try and go for the aggress. Shots do come out and they miss, but then Radix will take this map and they will be leading the series.
What a clutch from Radix. And I'll tell you what, who stepped up in that round, Capone came on.